Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel for the love of glitter. I am Anna Crossland. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel. It would really mean so much to me. If you plan on entering the giveaway at the end of this, you're gonna need to be subscribed anyways. Today I wanted to do a review for you guys on a brand new brand called A.S. Cosmetics. It is done by this YouTuber by the name of Amber Scholl. She has like 2 million plus subscribers, so you guys probably know who I'm talking about. To be honest, I had never heard of her until she came out with this brand, and the palette looked really pretty, so I was super intrigued by it and I wanted to try it. Her line has launched on Shop Hush, and I think that Hush might be the ones who make the cosmetics. It's called A.S. Cosmetics, short for Amber Scholl, I'd assume. And she has a highlighter palette in this collection. I just hit myself in the head. And a palette in this collection and 4 lip glosses. But I did not pick up any of the glosses. They're all super like those super shimmery lip toppers that are super popular nowadays. Almost every brand has. There's nothing against them. I absolutely love them. But yeah, I didn't feel like I had to pick them up just because I have so many in my collection right now. But they do look gorgeous, and maybe one day I will try one of them. So I think there's like 4 shades of those, and those retail for $12. She has this palette which is called 24 Karat Gold, and this one retails for $22. I'm going to show you the packaging and the swatches of this palette. Here is the outer packaging of the eyeshadow palette called 24 Karat Gold. Again, the inner packaging is just like the outer one, except on the back you get the shade names. You do get a mirror in this as well, and you get 16 shades, and only 3 of them are matte. So I know some people aren't going to be a huge fan of that. I feel like a lot of people are more fans of mattes, but this is what I think that Amber Scholl and I have extremely in common, is that like if I ever did a palette, I'd want less mattes and more shimmers too. I feel like I always want to change up my shimmer, but my mattes and my crease always tend to kind of stay the same. So I was super excited, and that's what really drew me into this palette. You have Splurge, New Money, Luxury Tax, 401k, Self-Made, Just for Show, 24 Karat, Pretty Please, Bankroll, Maxed Out. As you can see, a lot of these look super metallic, not just shimmer. I haven't even swatched them yet, so I'm super excited. Direct Deposit, Payday, All Natural, Knockoff, Prenup, and Filthy.
Apart from the inside out, so I can see myself from the inside. Oh, love, tearing me apart from the inside out, so I can see myself from the inside. Oh, love,
highlighter palette, and this retails for $22, and I'm going to show you up close of the packaging as well as some swatches. Here is the outer packaging of the highlighter palette called Gold Dust. It just is matte black with some gold foiling on it. The actual highlighting palette looks pretty identical to the outer box packaging, except on the back it does give you shade names. It has a nice little mirror in there. And here are the 4 shades that you get. First you have PJ, Like a Lady, After Hours, and Penniless. Here are those 4 shades in the order of the palette. We're super buttery and soft, super shiny, and just really great quality, it feels like. These 2 shades look pretty similar, but this one has more of those like kind of fine glitters in it, so super sparkly. I'm going to go ahead and start off with the highlighter palette, and I have my Wet n Wild highlighting brush right here, and I think we're going to go into Like a Lady because I feel like this is the shade that I will get the most use out of for my skin tone. So let's go ahead. I swatched these last night and I'm super excited because they looked super glowing and intense. So, and I mean, I barely tapped that. So it is exactly what I thought. There is kind of powder flying everywhere though, I'm not gonna lie. Like there's a lot of like kickback, but it doesn't look powdery on the face. It actually looks really nice and smooth, but while applying it I see powder just flying everywhere. Add some to my nose. Yeah, you don't even need a lot. It's pretty crazy actually how I think I'm gonna actually use my finger just because it is like kind of dispersing everywhere into the air. Like it's so powdery. As I tap it, like powder kind of comes off, like more than normal. That's what I'm trying to get here, is like there's more like powder flying everywhere than normal, but I'm not like mad about it because it's still looking very beautiful. I'm gonna talk about this highlighter palette first and the textures and what I really thought of it. Obviously I liked it based off of the demo, but they do feel really soft. They're great. They are very pigmented and shiny, super duper reflective. The only one that has those little tiny micro glitters is After Hours. Like the Anastasia Beverly Hills, some of those highlighters have them, and some people are fans and some people aren't. One other one might, PG might. The After Hours is by far the one that I noticed the most little tiny micro glitter shimmers in it, and that's what I have on today. I feel like those types of highlighters really are the ones that make a huge pop. But I do really like this formula. It does kind of poof up everywhere like I was telling you. But other than that, I do think it's an awesome palette that I will be using. I'm not going to use a primer today because I don't use a primer on a daily basis. I feel like most shadows perform so well now that you don't really always need a primer. But I feel like this one has so many, like when I was watching it last night, has so many like almost like toppery shades. Very like loose, kind of like the highlighters, like it kind of was getting everywhere. They're so intense. This palette is not going to be for everyone. I know that, but she said it's like supposed to be extra, like this whole thing's extra, like her personality, which like I'm pretty extra because it was like super shimmery things, and I feel like if I ever made a palette it would have way more shimmers and mattes, like just enough mattes to create a crease shade, but then tons of shimmer options. So that's what drew me to this palette. So first we're going to go into All Natural because it's the only brown matte. I do wish there was a darker matte color, and I'm just taking a blending brush. I barely tapped into it, and tons and tons of product on this brush. I have like mascara everywhere. So this is like a nice light brown shade. This matte seems to be performing very nicely. Like I said, it's super pigmented. You don't need a lot. And I'm going to go into Prenup, which is the lighter matte shade. There's only, again, lots of kickback. I don't know which shimmer shade to pick. I feel like I should try and use a couple of them just because they all have different textures when I was swatching them. I'm going to use Filthy in my inner corner, which is this beautiful like iridescent white with gold shift. And I'm actually going to just take my finger and we're going to put that in the inner crease. Feels amazing, but it is missing a little bit of background pigment. But I feel like these types of shades are supposed to just kind of be more reflective than they are necessarily pigmented. Like, I feel like for the inner corner it's beautiful, or even as a highlighter for your face it'd be beautiful. Next, I think we're going to go into the shade called Maxed Out. Barely tapped it with this flat shader brush and a lot of pigment has come up, so I'm going to try to do that here. So yeah, I feel like this one is showing up more like topper, like a pretty just gold wash of color. Okay, I hear you, Declan. Next we're gonna go into Bankroll, which is right above it right here. And this one, I think this one feels like a normal shade, but so did the other one, so I don't know if this was pick it up. So super pretty. Let's try that. These ones I feel like would work best wet or with your finger, or like I said, with a sticky base for optimal like coverage. But there are little like flecks of like glitter flying everywhere even as I apply this wet. So there we are. I'm gonna give my thoughts on this palette, the 24 karat gold palette. I personally like it. It's something that I'm gonna have to work with. I specifically waited for today to give my thoughts on this palette because I really wanted to test out more of the formula so I could give you guys a more informed input on what I think of it. And the reason being is when I swatched it, I noticed there's lots of different types of textures. Some are like toppers, more like glittery toppers, some are more pigments, so just really unique, and I really wanted to give it a test to see how it'd go. Honestly, the toppers that are more like a sheer glitter, I thought would completely just come off my eyes if I had no glitter primer or sticky base, but I wore it all day yesterday from like 8 in the morning until like 9 o'clock at night and they were still there. Did I have a little bit of fallout on my cheeks? Yes, I did, but how sheer and kind of loosely packed they are, I didn't think that it would last so long. I did apply them wet, but I think if you used some type of like a glitter glue or a sticky primer, it would definitely be best for these shadows because it would really bring out that sparkle and shine. I did also try like another topper and then like a metallic and then a matte because I just really wanted to see the different types, and there's some sheer like little tiny glitters. A lot of them are like that, where you can use as toppers or you can use alone. There's a lot of those types. And not everyone is a fan of those types. This palette already isn't going to be for many people just because there's only like 3 mattes and the rest are intense super duper shimmers. So it might not be an everyday palette for everyone. I mean, there are the mattes which you can always wear every day. I personally would wear these even though they are like super all out there shimmery because that's just the kind of person I am. I don't really care if I have super shimmery eyelids. I actually prefer it. I did use like one of those glitter pigment type things right there, and that's been on since like 8 o'clock this morning and it's now 6:10 at night. So I think it's lasting pretty well, but if you want it to perform its ultimate best, I would use something underneath it. If you like exploring new textures, trying new techniques, this would definitely be for you. If you are brand new to makeup, I think this one might be a little bit difficult for you to try just because they're not automatically like right there on your lid for you. There's fallout, like you just have to work with them a little bit, which I have no problem doing, but some other people might. I know like glitter toppers are not everyone's thing, but I do enjoy them. This won't be my everyday go-to palette, but I'm still happy to have it in my collection. It's something really different and unique, but I do wish there was a dark brown. Like, I'm not a huge fan of using black in my crease, which I used today, which is completely different, but I guess it's stepping me out of my comfort zone. So let me know what you guys think about these palettes right here. Are you going to pick one up? Did you already? What do you think of it? But before you go, I have a giveaway. I'm not giving away anything from the Amber Soul collection, but I thought I'd throw this in here because I really wanted to give this back to you guys, and it is the Colourpop Super Shock Cheek highlighter in A Smile and a Song from the Disney collection. When it relaunched, I ordered 2 because I missed out on the highlighters the first time and I really wanted them for myself, and then I was like, I'm gonna give one away to you guys. So all you have to do is be subscribed, be living in the US, like this video, and write something that you are thankful for, because it is the month of being thankful. I also am giving away part of your world on my Instagram, which is just for the love of glitter. So if you want to do that one, all you have to do is tag a friend under that picture, and you can do it as many times as you want, as long as it's a new friend each time, and be following me. So that one's super simple. Thank you guys so much for watching and subscribing. Please be sure to thumbs up this video if it helped you. Plus you need to do it for the giveaway anyways. But really, if it did help you, let me know down below too. Thanks, and you'll have a great day and good luck.